welcome back to Where Passion and Purpose Collide, Women in the Know. We discuss everything from politics and policy to relationships and marketing. We talk about franchise growth and difficulties between franchisees and franchisors. Today's topic is about best techniques to keep people accountable. So thoughts on that? We have lots of thoughts on that, don't we?
Well, I thought some of what Margaret pointed out, that if someone is asking themselves, or they have a coach or someone they're bouncing ideas off, they're asking the right questions about what do you want and what's preventing you from getting there, just asking the right questions, that you get to an answer that ultimately says, here's what I want to do, and here's what I'm willing to do, and here's what I'm committed to doing. So her point was fascinating to me, that accountability is actually automatic if you yourself came to the conclusion that that thing needed to be done. It's kind of the idea, let's use weight loss or stop smoking. If somebody is telling you you need to stop smoking, that's different than if you say, this is what's going on and this is what I really want, and you come to that conclusion. So you ultimately make the decision and the commitment yourself. But sometimes it requires having someone to bounce it off to see how important it is to you. And once you figure it out, then it's like you're kind of self-accountable. And I thought that was kind of a beautiful way how she described it.
Well, it is. And she does the business coaching, and people hire her for that purpose. But, a lot of times people can't afford it or don't have access or are not ready for that yet. And one thing I've done a lot of is with two particular people separately, has had accountability partners where we would talk typically about once a month. Sometimes it would be once a week if a lot was going on. And just say, here are my goals that I want to accomplish before the next time we talk. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I had one of them, no question was ever too stupid. Like one time I forgot something completely dumb about my email program. And I called her up and I was like, tell me how I do this again. And she's like, well, okay. I was like, sorry, I'm just having one of those moments. So to have somebody who's not going to judge you for when your brain just can't function properly, I think makes you just have the freedom to ask something that you may worry that somebody else might think is stupid.
But
I think we create those groups for ourselves a lot of times just instinctively, don't you think?
I think so too. But I think your point is we might naturally do that to create accountability partners for our health and for our business and for our spiritual journeys or whatever. But I think we also have to consciously do that, especially if we're struggling in a particular area, is to find an accountability partner. And I would suggest that if your goals and your aspirations are the same goals and aspirations of a larger group, that would be even better. If you are plugged into a community where everyone has one goal, which is to create music or to have more fun or to make more money or to travel or whatever it is, when you have a common goal, common vision, common purpose, and you're part of a community, you kind of inspire one another. Never mind, you're going to be watching somebody else achieve whatever it is that you're wanting. That's going to inspire you to step up and do that too. So I totally agree with you. It's about finding accountability partners, if or a coach, or becoming a part of a community where you can do it as a group.
Well, it is. And I think, I've done so much advocacy in different areas that those groups tend to naturally form. You seek each other out because you are all working toward a very explicit common goal. I think sometimes in business, your goals feel more personal, and they are, but that doesn't mean they're outside of someone else's experience. You might have the same goals to achieve certain numbers of new clients each month, or certain, financial goals over the course of a year, or whatever it is. So you can find that commonality. And some groups are easier than others, to find that common goal. But I think when you touch on that and you hit on that, it can be so productive because you really do check the list off. And we had an agenda, and you go back and look at it and be like, okay, I did this, I didn't do this, and I'm going to have to tell her, I mean, so I think if you can get a coach, get one.
Get one,
But
absolutely.
if
Or
not, you can make your own.
yeah. I mean, because when we were talking to Margaret, she was teaching coaching folks long before she did it as a livelihood.
Hmm.
So there are folks in our sphere that do that. I mean, two business owners come together. One has more marketing experience, one has better sales skills or operational skills. Both have a similar goal. If those two people are coming together, they're going to learn from each other. They're going to inspire one another. And to your question, I think by that very process, they're going to keep each other accountable for no other reason than I verbalized it to you, and now you're going to be asking me about it. I better get that thing done.
Exactly. I thought my rose for the week should have been this. Um, I talked to my daughter the other day, and she said she called my son and said, "Hey, Luke, what are you doing?" And he said, "I'm writing down my goals for the year on my whiteboard." And I just wanted to jump for joy. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
because he's putting them out where he can see them. He thinks he can graduate a semester early. He's got it all one after the other, so that he can just knock it out.
it's
So I think,
beautiful.
articulating those things, even if it's to yourself on your own whiteboard that someone else may or may not see,
And
puts
it's
it
right,
out there.
and it's right there, right in your
Yeah.
face.
He's going to look at it every time he walks by the wall and say,
Yeah,
"Yep, got to stay on track."
this is perfect. And I'm sure those that are listening to us are also thinking of many wonderful ways to be more accountable and to achieve your goals. And if you have any ideas, send them to Elizabeth at thefranchisewoman.com, and we'll field those and maybe share those in future shows. But for now, we need to wrap up the Women in the Know segment and go to one of our sponsors.